Imagine you could describe your short film or any movie in 2 sentences or less. Can you do it? In this video, I'm going to show you how to write a logline for a short film. So, if you would, give this video a thumbs up because the YouTube algorithm loves it, and I would be very thankful. We're going to cover what a logline is, when you should write it, and what it can do for you and your movie. And as a bonus, I'm going to write a logline for my upcoming short film in real time. I'm going to sit here and do it. So make sure that you stay tuned. Hey, what is your logline? Or have you started writing it? Drop it in the comments below. 1, it's a marketing tool. It's something that if you are going to sell your script, that it will hopefully make, your goal is to make a producer or an agent read the logline and then want to look at your script. So 1, it is a marketing tool. 2, your logline is the compass. It is what is going to guide you through writing your script, especially if you happen to be writing a longer script, a longer feature film. It's easy to get veering off on tangents and lose kind of what the central conflict is or what is the dilemma for your protagonist. So if you have a logline, then it will keep you on the true north, the true straight and narrow. But also keep in mind, it's going to change. More than likely, it's going to change as you write. And that is okay. But make sure that you've got one before you really start getting into the nitty-gritty of your writing. So, before you start writing though, and this is 3, this is the 3rd thing that the logline is. You want to come up with a logline and try it out on friends or anyone who will listen, because the logline is the way to test your pitch. You don't want to start writing a script, spend so much time on it, and then find out it doesn't really work. It's not the best idea. Been there, and you want to save yourself that time. If you use these components, these parts, to write your logline, you're going to come away with a good one. So number 1, who's your protagonist? What's your movie about? That's number 1. Number 2 is, what is their goal? What are they after? For instance, quick example, Wizard of Oz. Dorothy wants to get home. That is her goal in that movie. Number 3 is the conflict. What's stopping them? What is stopping your protagonist from getting what they want? That is, well, all these are important, but the conflict is what really will drive your script, will drive your movie. You don't have any conflict, you just have a bunch of scenes strung together. 4, what are the obstacles? What is getting in your protagonist's way of getting what they want? And number 5 is, what are the stakes? Is your protagonist trying to get their kidnapped daughter? What are the stakes? What if they don't get her? The stakes are more than likely that she could die. Pretty serious stuff, right? You've got to have stakes. Even if they are not life and death stakes, make sure that you include those in your logline. And again, a logline needs no more than 2 sentences. 1 is ideal. And again, the whole idea is your logline is going to hook the reader and make them want to know more about the story. And here's a bonus for you, for your logline. Try to include irony, okay? Irony, a good example of irony is, we're going to go back quite a ways. We're going to talk about the movie Trading Places with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy. The irony is that Dan Aykroyd is the snobbish Wall Street investor, and his place is switched with Eddie Murphy, who is a con artist, a street con artist. And the irony is Dan Aykroyd is now in Eddie Murphy's shoes. That is irony. So you do get bonus points, and I understand that Hollywood loves irony. If you're planning to sell your movie or your script, you want to include some irony. So your logline has to be clear and concise so that anyone who reads it can go, oh, okay, I get it. I understand what the movie is about. So, but this is where it gets to be difficult. Loglines take some time to really get all the components and make it short. But the payoff of spending the time is that you are going to be able to communicate what your movie's about, and going back to the writing, it is going to guide you through whether your script is 30 pages or it's 120 pages. That logline is going to guide you through the writing. So you want to spend as much time as you can with the logline before you start. Here are 2 examples of good loglines from very successful recent movies. And if you stay to the end, I will give you the names of these movies if you can already figure them out. As a regiment assembles to wage war deep in enemy territory, 2 soldiers are assigned to race against time and deliver a message that will stop 1,600 men from walking straight into a deadly trap. Again, recent movie, did extremely well, and a very well-known director. Then the second one is, after swapping bodies with a deranged serial killer, a young girl in high school discovers she has less than 24 hours before the change becomes permanent. Now, as you can tell with these have all the 5 components. All right, so my logline. So short film I'm preparing to shoot, to get ready to shoot a feature film, and it is somebody who is down and out, needs money, and they walking through a park, they come across a $100 bill lying in the park. Now, so what does the protagonist do? Well, the conflict is the $100 bill is under the tire of a car, a parked car. And the protagonist has to figure out how to get the $100 bill in the park before somebody else does. And the stakes are that, again, our protagonist needs the $100 bill. So that's kind of that's a quick and dirty logline for my upcoming short film. Drop in the comments below what components do I have so far and which components I need for this logline. I know it's not the most interesting right now, but that's what it goes back to, right? You have to spend time getting your logline concise and to the point. That one rambled, but I am so glad that you've taken the time to watch this video, and if you do use the parts that I've given you, the components for the logline, you take the time to write it out, get everything in there, make it short and sweet, you are going to be miles ahead in writing your scripts. So good luck with writing your logline, and let me read them. Drop in the comments below. I'd love to see what you're working on. And as a reward for you, in case you couldn't already figure it out, the first logline, which is the regiment prepares to wage war, and we have the two soldiers who were given an assignment, is 1917. If you haven't seen it, see it. It's spellbinding, amazing. The second one was a really good film, very recent film. It is called Tiggi, and it is with Vince Vaughn, and I think her name is Catherine Newton, is the protagonist. Really cool. Don't want to give anything away of it. I'm sure you could tell, but when I gave the logline, I'm sure you wanted to know more about each film if you haven't already seen it, because each of those loglines were very compelling, and they have all the components you need. So you've got the tools, you've got the components to make great loglines. So get to it. I wish you all the best of luck, and drop it in the comments below. Let me know what your logline is. And hey, even if you want to bounce it off me because you're not sure, you're missing a part and you're not sure what you should add, then please drop in the comments below. Super happy to help you, and good luck.